Greetings, everyone. My name is Georgette, and I'm excited to be here leading you through some advanced yoga poses. And think of this as your advanced yoga workshop. Here we begin in standing dancer's pose. You're going to draw your right palm to the inside of your right heel. Your hips are going to be square forward, your left arm extended to the roof in line with your ear. You're proceeding to kick into your palm as you begin to lift your chest and lean forward, coming right back up to stand and release. We're now going to do the reverse version of this. Right palm will now reach back and grab the inside of your left ankle. Revolved dancers or reverse dancers, you're simply doing the same thing as you continue to kick into your palm. Your arm is reaching forward as you gaze straight ahead and lean forward. Coming right back up on a gentle inhale and an exhale to release. Breathe everything out. And now let's shift into our half moon pose. Feel free to grab a block and you're lining up your joints. So your wrist, elbow, and shoulder in one line. Your heel is rooted and in line with your hip. As your top arm lifts to the ceiling, you can challenge yourself and extend your bottom arm out to the side. Take a nice deep breath in and out before reaching here for your top ankle. This is called sugarcane, and you're actively kicking your heel away from your glute and then slowly coming down to release. Now let's get ready and set up for Bird of Paradise. To begin, your left foot will step forward and you're sitting low in your hips, warrior two legs. Then you're going to take your bottom arm underneath your left thigh. Your fingers will lace right around your tailbone and rolling your top shoulder to the ceiling as you keep this bind. Comfortable breath in and out before stepping your right foot to meet the left. Now, as you're coming up in Bird of Paradise, remember to root down through your right heel and actively lift the crown of your head as you take your left leg out to the side. Gently bring your foot back to your mat. Step your right foot back to the end of your mat for extended side angle, opening up your arms, rising into warrior two, and breathing in and out to release. Changing it up, we're going to now work on tree pose. This variation will then lead us into toe stand. So to begin, bring your right heel to the top of your left hip. Traditionally in tree, your heel would go to your inside of your ankle, calf, or inner thigh. But in order to move into the advanced variation of toe stand, you will then have to slowly bend your knees, hinge from the hips forward until your palms touch the ground or fingertips. Walking your hands back underneath your shoulders, steadying your gaze straight ahead, lifting the crown of your head as well. Palms will then come together slowly, and you're holding this posture, bouncing on your heel. Toe stand pose. Let's release, pushing into the ground, and then making our way onto our hands and knees. Some will refer to this as puppy dog pose or heart pose, but the variation is you lifting and lowering your forearms as you continue to lift your hips towards the roof. Then shifting into dolphin pose, moving here just so that you can continue to work on building your upper body strength and opening up your shoulders and your back. Your forearms are lifting and lowering. This is challenging, yes, but it's in preparation for what's to come as we shift into more challenging arm balances. Shoulders are rolled out, a calm flowing breath in and out, and then getting your hands ready to be placed on your mat. Strong arms, chaturanga arms specifically, long neck where you should be able to look right and left, up and down. Coming into your first crow pose, you're going to spread your fingers wide, hinge forward, lifting your hips towards the ceiling, and then one by one bringing your heels towards your glutes, squeezing all of your muscles into the center of your body. That was crow. Now working on stretching out your spine before shifting into crane pose. Now, once again, the setup is crucial. You're balancing on your palms, so spread your fingers wide, bend your elbows so there's an adequate ledge for your knees to rest on your triceps. But then you're beginning to straighten your arms in crane. Take another deep breath in and out in your forward fold and come down onto your knees to prepare for the weight-bearing position of headstands. So you want to look over to the left to stretch out your neck, then to the right, breathe in and look up, exhale and look down. As you're coming to the crown of your head, please remember the top of your head is on your mat. Your palms are in line, shoulders are right below your hips. Your elbows are right above your wrist. You're gently taking your breath in and out so that you have a steady rhythm as you send your heels towards the ceiling. You've created a straight line of symmetry from the crown of your head to your feet, and then gently release by coming back down onto your shins. A good line of measurement is the heel of your palm between your eyebrows, and where your middle finger ends on the crown of your head is usually a safe spot to be on the crown of your head for your headstands. Now let's come into a seated position with our ankles crossed as we begin to circle out our torso, clockwise and counterclockwise. From here, you're going to take a nice deep side stretch, both sides, and then rooted down. You're going to sit and straighten out the right leg, lifting and lowering, and doing the same thing on the other side. Coming right back up and shift into downward facing dog. We're going to take three-legged dog. Right leg lifts up, and then the left leg as well. Let's open up our hips, bend your right knee, roll your ankle out, and then do the same thing on the left side. This is all in preparation to get ready for flying pigeon pose. You're going to root your palms to your mat, take your right heel up, and then gradually bring your right knee towards your left tricep. Hold, come right back down. You're trying to bring your right inner thigh or knee towards your right tricep. You have a chaturanga arm so that there is an adequate ledge for your right knee to rest on. So let's try this again. Right leg lifts all the way up, open up your hip. Then as you shift your shoulders above your wrist, you're drawing your right knee towards your right tricep. Chaturanga arms, left leg kicks back. And don't forget the left elbow would be pushing into your left hip as your right inner thigh or knee connects to your right tricep. Next posture is side crow. So you're sitting low on the balls of your feet, and you're going to bend your elbows out, chaturanga arms. As you lean towards the ground, you're stacking your knees and kicking your heels out together simultaneously. Bring it back down, and let's shift once again to the same side. So you're having your arms in line, palms together on your mat, fingers spread wide. You're taking your right hip towards your right elbow and your knees towards your left elbow. If you're able to bring your knees higher up on your triceps, you will be able to extend your top leg and your bottom leg freely. This concludes our journey moving through advanced yoga postures, but always remember, the more you practice, the more you're comfortable, the more you will fly. Thank you for joining me.